But you know, sometimes we all make mistakes. Heading to Los Angeles today, and I'm flying United. It's terrible.
Hi, Meg.
G'day, it's Rob from A Life That Travels, Sydney Airport, heading to Los Angeles. It's the middle of winter here in Sydney, so I'm looking forward to getting some warm sunshine. But I'm flying United today and haven't flown with United in many years, so let's do a little review of what it's like to take United from Australia to the USA. I'm a little bit nervous about this flight because I usually fly with these guys, Virgin Australia, who are absolutely amazing. But you know, today on United, last time I flew United, it wasn't so great. It's a fair while ago, and I know the airline's made a lot of changes since then. So we'll see what this is all about. Right, check-in process a little bit different for United than for some of the other airlines. It's even all labelled because I guess it's more complicated. Number one, like, you've got to check in at the machines and then you've got to go and drop your bags. So, a fair bit of extra work involved there. Takes some time. I'm travelling light today, so fortunately I didn't have to do that. Morning, how are you? Thank you. Thanks a lot. Right. Pointy end. And this is... can deal with that. Sells a pillow, blanket. Looking is pretty good. This is one of the fantastic things. So we're flying today on the Boeing 787 Dreamliner, and here you can see you've kind of got this huge window. It's absolutely enormous relative to the size of windows in regular aircraft, and that's because of the special design of the 787. And these windows, you can see there's no shutter, and that's because it's actually controlled by polarized stuff. So essentially they can like dim these windows, and they'll do that once we take off. So this kind of blue tint is really kind of cool and unique. So we're just boarded and waiting for everybody to get on. So I'm not sure if anyone else has flown a Dreamliner from Australian mainland to like Los Angeles or San Francisco, but this plane's pretty special, right? It's actually got like state-of-the-art technology. It's actually made out of carbon fibre, a lot of it, so it's lighter, but it's also a lot stronger. So what that means is that they're able to pressurise the cabins a lot more. And if you think about it, when you're flying, you're at 10,000, 11,000 metres of altitude. So to pressurise the cabin down in a regular plane to about 2,200, 2,300 metres. So you're still at altitude, and that's why some people can feel jet lagged in some cases, because you've actually gone from 0 metres up to like quite a relatively high altitude in a relatively small amount of time. And if you're on a plane like this for 14 hours, that can influence your jet lag. But with the Dreamliner, they actually can reduce, because it's a stronger construction, they can reduce the altitude even further, down to like 16 to 1,800 metres. Now, aren't you glad that I shared that with you? Okay, so meal service done, and I meant to take a couple of frames on it before I ate it. But you know what these long haul flights are like. It's like you're so bored that eating is pretty much one of those things that passes the time. So super basic meal, just a salad and like either a choice of like chicken or pasta. I took the chicken. It was fine. It was a pass. All right, let's talk details. So just coming into LA in about half an hour's time, so managed to get a little bit of sleep, about 4 hours. Chair's relatively comfortable, plenty of leg room, that's not an issue at all. A couple of meals served throughout, the chicken meal served right on early chicken or pasta. They came through about halfway through the flight with a snack, so basically just a sandwich of a sort with a Tim Tam. That's a nice touch. And then finally about an hour and a half out of LA, hour and a half, 2 hours out of LA, I brought through breakfast, which was either cereal or the omelette, which is what I took. Didn't get one of these guys, so definitely if you struggle to sleep on a plane, some earplugs and an eye mask will be very beneficial on the plane, because of course they turn the lights on. So if you haven't got one of these, you're kind of a little bit stuck. That would be my tip. Blanket's not terribly warm. Cabin temperature is pretty good. A little bit cool on the cool side though, so I would certainly recommend wearing a jumper when you fly. Otherwise, yeah, half an hour to go and we're in LA. It's funny how 12, 13 hours can go in a blink like that, right? Thanks, mate.
Thanks, mate.
So let's talk. So not a bad flight, but definitely feel a little bit sharper on arrival. Not quite as groggy as you normally do after you get off on these long haul flights. Definitely feel like less dried out. So it seems like that increased humidity in the cabin in the 787 is definitely an advantage. How would I rate United economy overall? Well, it was a pretty good experience, when you consider that even though it's a long haul flight, it's a bit like being on a bus for 12 hours. The seat was comfortable enough. Food, whilst not spectacular, was fine. Service from the cabin crew, can't complain. They did a good job. They were effective, not rude or anything like that. So it seems to me like United have picked up their game in the last few years since I've been flying them. Would I recommend it to students going to study overseas? Well, I certainly wouldn't not recommend it, if that makes sense. So if you can get a good flight, a good price on United, I'd be giving them a thumbs up and I'd be going for it. Definitely my preference is still Virgin Australia. It's funny, just little things like the lighting when you get on, and the fact that they're playing some music, and the cabin is a bit more nicely arranged and a bit more comfortable. The crew are a little bit more friendly. But those things are sort of aesthetic if you think about it. If you're really just looking to get from point A to point B, get from Australia to the USA, I think United will do you fine. So that's it, guys. Hope your next adventure to America is a good one. I'll see you next time on Life That Travels. See ya.